We're live here at the FNB Stadium where there's about to be a huge announcement in terms of women's rugby. It's the World Cup squad to go to England to play in the Rugby World Cup for 2025. We're going to know now who's going to be representing South Africa as part of the Springbok Women's side. It's a very exciting initiative. SA Rugby has put a lot of resources into getting the side onto the field. A couple of years ago, Springbok Rugby for Women was almost a non-starter, but now off the back of a win over New Zealand last weekend and wins over Spain and definitely holding their own on the African continent, the Springbok Women are ready to go to the World Cup in England. And for more, I have SA Rugby CEO Riaan Oberholzer for the latest. Riaan, welcome to SABC News. A very exciting time for SA Rugby to get your squad up and running. This is a project that has been years in the making.
Yeah, we took a decision a few years ago to really put an effort into women's rugby, make the women's Springbok team the second most important team in our stable, and it is showing the results now. The team has done extremely well. The coaching staff, the management, we can just compliment them all what they've achieved in the last few weeks, specifically the last few months, and building this team. For us to be able to take a team to a World Cup, that's got to be competitive.
Talk about the coach. You put a high-level coach in. He'd been part of the Springboks, Sois de Bruin, part of the Lions, took them to Super Rugby finals. Definitely a top-class coach to make sure that part of the team there is no wanting.
No, but you can't expect a team to perform if you don't give them the best to work with, and Swayze is definitely that, and he has done a tremendous job for us so far. And it seems to me that the players also gel with him very well. The assistant coaches are extremely committed as well, extremely talented, and they work so well together. And we can see it on the play. We can see it on the field of play. The team is performing really well, and Swayze plays a major part in that.
Women's rugby highly competitive. We'll find out about that in a while when we play the likes of Italy, but France as well, where they put a lot of resources into their female team. And then we've also got our other rivals, Ireland and England, all coming ready for the World Cup off the back of that New Zealand victory last weekend in Athlone. What would you say the mood is like?
Very positive. We play in a pool, France, Italy and Brazil, and ourselves we are silently confident that we might make the playoffs, and then anything can happen. And again, the way the team performs, the way they play, I think they're going to surprise a lot of opposition when we get to the World Cup in a few weeks' time.
And of course our players also starting to get international contracts. They're also going professional in the local game. The Blue Bulls, Daisies, they are a side to be reckoned with. If they ever went and played regional tournaments, I think they'd clean up against some of the teams in England and France. That another encouraging sign.
Yes, it is. And then also what we have done now is we are going to launch our own professional league next year as SA Rugby, where we will give our top players an opportunity to be full-time rugby players, and we believe that will even improve our team even more, and then really the target is to do extremely well in 29 at the next World Cup.
Riaan Oberholzer, thanks for joining us. I know you've got a lot on your plate right now. The ceremony starts at 1 o'clock and it's the capping ceremony, so it's a very auspicious occasion for SA Rugby. Thanks for joining us. That was the CEO of SA Rugby, Riaan Oberholzer. He's got to dash off to get to the main stage so that he can be ready for the capping ceremony, because all of the players that get selected for the World Cup, they're going to be capped, and it's quite an achievement in a player's career to have this. So it's an exciting day for everybody, and it's part of the send-off to get the girls ready for the World Cup, to know that they're fighting for South Africa, and South Africa believes in them and wants to send them off with all the best so that they can go over to England, where they're going to play Brazil first, then Italy, then France in their pool stages, and they've got the best preparation possible, as I say, off the back of a huge win against New Zealand last weekend, and then again they've had wins this year against Spain, and they've dominated on the African continent, so they stand in good stead to go and compete in this World Cup. That is the latest from the FNB Stadium here in Johannesburg.